Well, hey folks, viist here. Welcome back to the channel. It is Saturday today, which means that, well, we're sort of taking a break from Farm Sim. And, well, that's my apartment up there. Right up there. I don't see the kitties. They must be in the other room. Anyway, we are here today in Farm Sim 15. I've been feeling a little nostalgic here lately with a couple of people reminding me of the days of old and maps of gold and all the things we did and all that silliness. Wow, that's a beautiful day happening over there. And this is Baldykino. Hello there, do you ever walk funny? Anyways, yes, indeed, this is Baldykino, a map I had a lot of fun on when this game was, was the game. And our farm's across the road, that's where we're going. It is, as you can see, sort of a Russian sort of style-based map, whatever you like to call it, and lots of people. And even though the textures and stuff from FS15, I mean, like, you know, if you look at the plants, most of them are incredibly, well, two-dimensional. See how entire branches disappear when you get up alongside? Yeah, they're... But despite all of that, this map had more character than, for the most part, 10 other maps put together. And more character than anything Giants ever produced, without question. So let's head on in. I have no idea. Hello? 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 I think you actually have to be in a vehicle to open the gate. Oh. Alrighty then. Yeah. Hello? I think all me kids in there, man. Where there's a will, there's a willy. Alright, and here we are. This is our farmyard. Our starting equipment. Look at the old Hurleyman. Now, I mean, to be honest, especially compared to, you know, that, this is pretty darn good. They didn't do too badly. I mean, that looks like bent metal, you know, with a bit of scrapey and rust on it and such. So, you know what I mean? It's not... Some of the mods were horrible. And, like, you know, that little wheel down there, that's terrible. In fact, yeah, this trailer isn't modeled nearly as nicely as the tractor is. And, of course, compared to what they do now, yeah, it'll allow you to appreciate just how far they've actually come, let me tell you. When you start putting around on the older stuff. Another Hurleyman. Oh, that's a nice tractor, eh? The Dutes. I think that's a 6.1 or 6 something. 6.61, that was it. Well, there you go. It was a 6 and a 6 something and a 1. So, all of the above. Alright. Now, I think... somewhere... Now, the old version, there used to be 3 harvesters parked in here, and the front was open. In this one, they only give us 1. And I think it's the same one. Yep. Yeah, you used to start with 3 of these. Huh. Now, is that the bike from the pack? No. Darn. I was really sort of... Oh, okay. Good to know. So that is an actual shop. But I thought they gave us a truck. Nope. And parked it at the shop. No? Okay. Well, let's take this guy out. See if we can get him to open the fence for us. Pretty cool, huh? Now, let's have a look here. No, there's definitely, that does go off center. I'm just looking at the front axle, and you can see it does actually float up and down on each side. Unlike a lot of tractors in FS19, where that seems to be so rigid that if you get one wheel an inch off the ground, you're hung. So here we've got a very typical field for this map. Yeah. Wow, really? Okay, never mind. We'll just use my mixer and turn that down. So yeah, this is fairly typical of the fields on this map. .2 hectares, 82,000. Wow. In the last version of this map, this field was 36,000. That figures, eh? You do a little work, fix things up, next thing you know. Now, I had some rather unusual issues when it came to recording. Because the software that I've been using to record, well, pretty much all of my 4,000 plus videos. Well, okay, I won't say that. I was using an earlier version of it up till about, I don't know, a year ago or so when they switched to the slightly newer one. Here's our bunkers. These are really nicely done. Yeah, this is the BGA. You used to get a front loader down here. I don't think they give it to you anymore. But there you are. There's where you dump your stuff. Get your bucks. All of that goodness. Now, I believe this field... Yes, there's a field for you. This is ours. And you can pretty much imagine in the harvester that I gave us how long it will take to do this field. I believe that I spent from the first time that the field, like you got the 3 stages of harvest, right? Yellow and orangish and then red or orange, yeah. But basically the first time it said it was ready to harvest, I spent from then until the last third of the crop rotted, actually withered completely away, harvesting it. But I wasn't using the harvester that they gave us in there, although I was using one about the same size. You can see there's a lot of good facilities on this barn. Here's all your straw and grass storage and all of that sort of stuff. Okay? So that you can store all of these things and then get your mixed going. I believe there's even extra crops on this map. Funny thing is, even after doing all of that, this is the cow part of it. And this is kind of interesting, and it's one of the things that originally drew me to do a Let's Play on this map after doing a review. Now, it does have one thing that I have never liked, and that's this. This is your cow bar, and I don't actually own any cows. These are static cow mannequins, or cowmakins. Yeah, these are Hey, remember when milk wasn't magic? This is one for my buddy Driz. I heard him mentioning that the other day, that when he was, I think, just first starting on Little Norton's, the map he's on now. And he came into the dairy barn, and that's one of the things he commented on, was that there's a tank outside, which is how most maps in FS19, and for the most part 17, maybe some of them, yeah, you know, you have an access port, like all your cows self-milk themselves into one particular spot. Yeah, they just stopped putting the milking robots in the barns. So you got to ask yourself, it's one thing for the poop to magically appear in a box next door. You maybe don't want to know how it got there. But the milk was always a bit of a mystery. And as you can see, and I think you'll find pretty much every map in FS15, they didn't forget to tell you that, oh, by the way, that's how your cows get milked. And it wouldn't surprise me if the milk pickup point was kind of close to there. Excuse me. I know I shouldn't walk behind you like that. I might get kicked in the canooples, but here you go. There's where you get your milk, right? It's processed by the robot, sticks it in the tank, gets it over to the pipe, and out it comes. That's kind of believable. But this whole thing, I mean, what was obviously once a thriving area, because look at how many cow bars there was originally, right? This whole area was cows. This one they've completely finished knocking down. All that's left is basically the platform for it, right? There's the old tanks they've pulled out of the ground. Here's one that they've managed to get the roof off her, but that's about it. The rest of it's just gone into decay, and it's getting so badly overgrown that, I mean, even the ground is starting to heave from all the roots and stuff, eh? I mean, it was just details like this that you had to go, wow. Every time you showed up, there was something to see. You just sort of, you thumped your way down these horrible, horrible roads because your only other choice was this. So you'd thump your way down these horrible, skinny roads in whatever you were driving, get your job done, and back up on the road where there's people and there's things moving around and zooming around, and yeah, quite the atmosphere to it. And it made me kind of appreciate this style of map. And for a long while, I played a lot of these sort of Eastern Bloc, really old-looking gear. And yeah, I think it's also what got me into starting on the small farms. Not because they were small. This is nowhere near small here. We'll have a look at the actual Maposaurus here, shall we? Well, that's not the map. Where are we? There we are. Well, that's not a very good representation. Let's go for this one. I think it'll have the best map somewhere. Wopple, wopple. I thought the map was the first one. Oh, this is also got the soil mod. Remember that? Yeah. But here we go. That's why it's letting you know. Here's your weather forecast. I miss this. Instead now you sort of go, all ready to harvest, and all of a sudden it decides to rain. You feel like you're getting screwed, So, as you can see, extra products on this thing. Different flowers. You even got backwarren. How could we have ever gone on without that? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. This stuff where it actually told you the prices of things. Like eggs are $11.40 a piece, but gas is only 70 cents a gallon. Yeah, it's a weird place, man. So here's our map. Well, in all honesty, it's not much better than the one on the one on the 9 key. But yeah. There's your growth. Everything is just pretty much fresh planted. Oh, ready to harvest. That's right. And there's the fruit types. You didn't have the choice back then of turning different ones on and off. What you got? Well, it was kind of what you got. What else did we put up here? Alright, here's the stuff on our aminals. Sheep, chicken, and cows being these standards. There's all your specs. And these were add-ons. Yeah, fattening installations. That's what it was called. And again, that's a mod that came with this particular map. So, but there we go. That's that. And if we look at this guy, you actually get a little bit more detail because it shows you where all the other stuff is. Right. You can see where our cow pastures are compared to where there's the chickens and the sheep are down in a completely different area. So yeah, it's quite a thing. Quite a thing indeed. You know, and I mean, like I say, the textures might be a bit crap, but look at the amount of painting and work that just went into this one, you know, one cow field that you're really not going to be doing much with anyways. Yeah, it's kind of cool to be back into these. It really is. As said, this map was always quite a thing to come into. And the fields are just huge. Just huge. Right. I think the only one we actually own, is Field 12. That big, giant monster that was over there. So. But, I don't know that... Oh, I think I actually have. Hang on, here's something to show you. I believe I actually... Remember when it worked this way? All your stuff here on the page. Then you could go to your brands. And then all your mods were listed separately. But this is the harvester that I used to use. This guy here. The Einzie 1200. It's basically just a tank with a harvester body on the top. But it had a couple of cool tricks. Not only would it give you chopped straw, or a straw swath, there was an attachment you could put on the back that would spit out round bales. And it was legitimate, apparently. Like, it wasn't because this was some, let's make it, plant crops, fertilize crops, harvest crops, and bale up the straw all on one machine. It wasn't anything like that. Apparently this thing actually did that, and it wasn't uncommon. That was an attachment you could put onto harvesters. So, very cool. But I suppose that was also back when, from the look of this place, you probably weren't hiring very many of the, people to do things. And auto start is not an option. You actually required a mod, and I did have it, and I forgot to put it in. But there is actually a mod you need to install if you don't want your vehicles to start every time you hop in them. Oop. Yeah, you can get stuck. How the heck do I get out of here, man? I think the road's actually over behind this one. There it is. Oof. Okay. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I couldn't get any of the 3 different softwares that I have available on my computer. In fact, I guess I might even have more than that. I don't know. But the 3 that I have commonly gone to, the one I do just about everything with, the one that I do stuff with that one doesn't seem to do, 1 out of every 200 games or something. And then another one that just, if I absolutely can't get anything to work, I use it just for testing because it's a bit of a resource pig. But none of the actual software solutions would work. I'm recording this with my capture card. Now, you might think, well, don't you just record everything with a capture card? In fact, no. Generally, internal recording isn't done with the capture card. The capture card is just that. It's to capture devices to your PC. Like I can plug a camera into it, and then record what comes across the camera onto my recording software. Or I can plug my Xbox into it, or if I had a PlayStation, I could plug that into it. You know, that's how all of those guys do that most times. So no, I don't usually use it. It is easier, perhaps, on resources, although the program that it uses, wow, it's actually pretty heavy. I don't care. I've got, 32 gigs of 3200 megahertz RAM running, so I can afford it if it wants to use, 120 megs of whatever to run its thing. That doesn't really hurt. But, yeah, I don't know why it was, but none of my software, purely software solutions would work. Dropped frames to the point where, had I just kept continuing to go and run up to where that bus is, you would have thought I stopped. Although in this case I actually did. But yeah, and then, your next frame would have been over here somewhere as I turned around to head back. And one of them was oh, look at this. Huh? Check this out. That doesn't look too sketchy, does it? I'll just prop it up on the edge of this barrel. Oh my god. But, yeah, the other one did that weird, I don't remember what video it was, but I did one video, and at some point during the video, it started doing this weird flash thing. Every time the light would change, it was almost like they were putting some kind of effect on it. Yeah, it was doing that. So I have actually had to use the capture card. Yeah, look at that, eh? It's telling me the nutrient readout of my parking lot. Brilliant. I was going to say we should go and see what it actually says on that one field, but we'll have to take a vehicle. Otherwise, they won't be so happy about letting us out of the place. It's nice that we have our own shop right here on the farm, I must say. I don't know. Okay. Soil moisture, 57%. pH, 6.8. I don't know that it works when you're in a tractor, but it might. I don't remember. It has been a while. I guess everything starts neutral. Or there's something else I need to do to trigger it, because it seems everything is the same at the moment. Ah, well. At any rate, as I said, I just thought we'd look at what things used to be before we got a little bit spoiled by FS17 and then even more by FS19. Since we're not going to be getting in a 21, which would have been due, well, I guess about 3 weeks from now, 3-4 weeks from now, well, we'd have a look in the other direction, back to where it came from. Well, obviously, there were others before this, but I think this is sort of the closest to what we're doing now. If we go back and look at 13, the changes are quite dramatic. And you go back before that, and, well, yeah, it has not aged well. There's still people playing this game, especially on lower-end systems. That's where it sort of shines right now, is that you don't need to have a honkin' monster system to run it. Now, just because I want to have a look at this thing. Oh, no. I forgot. You will not find mods there. Ooh, I got some really nice trucks, too, eh? Look at this Kamaz pack. Not nice? It's got all the trailers that go with it as well. But I want to have a look at this thing. Okay. Yeah, no options, no choices of colors and all of that happiness. Yeah, you're not long for this place, buddy. Yeah, did you hear that? And there it is. The 1200 p.m. I think that might even be the little Bailey bit on the back, although maybe not. But all of these gears and belts and stuff swarble around and do all of that. Quite neat. Quite neat. But yeah, one of those, in fact, I think probably more than one of. Woohoo! Oh, that's adjusting the mirror. There we go. And this one. There we are. Olley. Pretty wild, eh? Look at this thing. There's the big unfold structure. Isn't that wild, eh? Huh. Anyway, guys, I am going to let you go here. Let me know what you think of my little drift back into FS15. It's a pretty cool thing, you know. Spent a lot of time, over 1,000 hours on this this particular game, and I'm pretty sure probably 100 hours of that at least went into this map. So there you are, a little bit of a nostalgic Saturday look back for Farm Sim. Take care of each other, folks. Stay safe. Ciao for now. Oh, it's a different button. Hang on.